Hey everyone, Obsessive Prepper AZ. This evening I'm going to cook a green chili chicken corn chowder using my food storage. It's another part of a segment of using your food storage that I'm trying to show people on how to use their food storage. So what I've got here is 2 cups of corn that I have dehydrated that I am reconstituting. And I am just letting it sit here in my hot water while I do this. And I just wanted to show the difference between that, and then I'm going to also come back after this is reconstituted and I go through my other ingredients and show you the difference between a dehydrated corn that you do and a freeze-dried corn that you can buy at like Honeyville or any other place. I like Honeyville's corn. So what I've got here is some onions being sauteed, and like I've talked to you all before, if you have just food storage onions, your dehydrated onions, go ahead, by all means use it. I'm just using a fresh one because I've got it available today. But definitely you can use your dehydrated in your food storage. So this is my dehydrated corn here, and got it over here. And then what I wanted to show you is the difference in color between the two. And this is a freeze-dried corn that I have put in my mason jars from Honeyville. So I'll get back to you. I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of that and put it into my saucepan here just to show you the difference. Now it looks kind of strange, but all this is the coloring from your corn coming out into the water. So it's perfectly fine. I just wanted to show you the difference, the vibrancy between dehydrating and doing your own. So what I'm going to use today is salt and pepper. I have to show you this. I made these. I'm so excited. I got my artsy crafties on the other night and made those. So you're going to need salt and pepper. I've got my quart of chicken that I have canned. In this jar here is some dehydrated potato diced up. I'm going to open that up and show you some of that. Whole potatoes. I've had people say, ooh, yuck, don't know how to use them, don't like the taste of them. I'm going to show you how to make them taste awesome. I've got some chicken stock that I've got here, some green chilies diced, evaporated milk, the Knorr chicken bouillon, and also some garlic salt. So let me get this mounted and I'll get right back to you. Okay, quickly before I get started, I always try to teach you something new in my videos. I know that there's a lot of people out there that know what one of these things are. This is a military P-38 if you do not know. The Shelby company is who made the original P-38s, and these came in the original K rations and C rations for the military. And every case had several of these in for the military guys to be able to open up their cans. Now a P-38, they call it a John Wayne, several different names for it, but the P-38 meant 38 revolutions around your can. So all it is you puncture your can. I mean, that's if you don't have a regular can opener. I have one of these on my keychain. I've had it for years. So I'm going to try to show it and keep my hands out of the way. All you're doing is puncturing your can, and you walk around your can. What? It's kind of hard to do this when I'm standing, trying to get out of the way so you could see this. I'm going to have to stand up to do this. Okay, so all I'm going to do is you walk it around, and you have to do it with purpose. You can't lollygog about it. You've got to get the right angle. They make a larger one that's a P51. But the P38 will work fine. But in a SHTF situation, or if you're out in the middle of somewhere and you don't have a can opener, by all means, use your P38. Now, I had mentioned the Shelby company. There are several companies out there that everybody's got to get on the ball game and try to make their money on it, and they're doing imported ones. Don't waste your money. If it doesn't have a Shelby mark on it, the Shelby name, don't purchase it. So anyways, that's that. So I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the way, and then I'll get back with you. Alright, I've got everything set up. Now what I've already done is I've added my freeze-dried corn from Honeyville to my dehydrated corn. So I just wanted to see you the difference so that you could see the difference in texture. Freeze-dried puffs right up. You do not have to reconstitute it for a long period of time where you do have to in the dehydrated. But I've used the dehydrated in so many different soup recipes and things that, you know, one half does or another. You spend extra money on your freeze-dried. The only thing that I would recommend is on freeze-dried, if you did an SHTF situation or trying to do backpacking food, things like that, where you want it to instantly cook and not have to, you know, take the time, the half hour, the hour of cooking it. I would definitely say you would want to buy a freeze-dried product, spend the money on it over your dehydrated products. The reason why I've got the corn in the water like this versus putting it in my stock pot is because you don't want to have salt or anything added to it because it hinders the process of it reconstituting. So that being said, I just wanted to show you the difference between the two products. I'm going to go ahead and get those out of the way. Okay, what I got going here, I'm going to move my camera over just a little bit. Bear with me. Alright, perfect. Whoops, sorry. Okay, so I've got my onions sauteing here. And I've had them cooking till they got a glaze to them, that they're softened. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add my cans of green chili. Now that was an entire whole onion that I had mixed in there. And what I am going to mix in this is 2 7-ounce cans of diced green chili. I've got the Ortega here, fire roasted, whatever you want. I mean, if you want fresh, by all means, do fresh. I'm just trying to show you how to use food storage. So all I'm going to do here, like I said, I had my onions and a little bit of butter and olive oil. In a SHTF situation, if all you had was olive oil, that's what you use. So I'm going to get this up to a little bit extra heat here. So I'm going to add some more pepper. I would have to say I'm adding easy a teaspoon of pepper to this. I am not going to do a whole lot of salt because my chicken bouillon that I use has plenty of salt in it. Okay, then as this is going, so now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some flour. You see, I use these Japanese soup spoons for everything. I love measuring with them because it's like a super heaping teaspoon on steroids. So all I'm doing is making a roux. I'm sucking up all that butter and olive that I've got into this mixture. I'm going to say I'm going to go 3 of these heaping spoonfuls of flour. I'm going to turn my heat down a little bit on a medium-low heat. I've got to get a pot holder here. My pot's extremely hot. This pot that I have got, I have to say, I buy a lot of new products. I bought this at a Savers store. If you don't know what a Savers store is. Again, my camera, I'm going to just scream. It keeps shutting off on me, so I do not know what the problem is with that. What I was saying is I picked this pot up at Savers, and Savers is like a Goodwill. And what people throw away just surprises me sometimes. This is like a heavy-duty cast iron stock pot that I picked up for $5. And I guess, you know, one man's, junk is another man's treasure. I love this thing. I use it for all my soups, stews. You saw me cook with the chicken a la king. And I just love that thing. I use it all the time. So you know what? Sometimes secondhand stores shopping is not so bad when you come across this. You know, a pot like this would be easy, $80 to $100. So I'm going to have to go backwards because obviously the last you saw was I put my 3 heaping tablespoons of flour in. What I did was I cooked it for a little while to cook the flour out to make a roux. The next thing I did at that point was I added 2 cans of chicken stock to my roux mixture with my green chilies and onions in it. And all I did was add 2 cans which is the 14.5 ounce can, so 2 cans. And then after I had done that, I mean, I stirred it around, I got it in there good, and then what I did, this is dehydrated potato pieces. They're diced potatoes that I get from Honeyville. I put in a half a cup of these into my corn mixture. So what I did is that corn mixture that I had in that saucepan, I kept all the water and the potato, everything in there, and I dumped it in here. I did not get rid of the water that was in my corn, because as the corn reconstituted, all that flavor went into that water. The only other thing I added to that, I added a can of whole potatoes, and I have people that have made comments on my site that they don't know what to do with potatoes, whole potatoes, canned potatoes. They don't like the way they taste. I use them all the time. I put them in my soups. I took them out. I dumped the juice out. I put them on a paper towel, and then I cut them and quartered them. So I don't know if I can find a potato chunk in here. Let's see. That's a potato. And it takes on the taste of whatever you're cooking. So it's an awesome filler. It's good for your family. Try it. Use it. I also added my canned chicken. I pulled the top off when I also told you, I'm sorry the video went blank. It makes me so mad. But what I did is I pulled my lid off. I dumped the entire container plus the juices in my pot here. And what I had on the video that was deleted was I told you to smell your product. Smell it, look at it. You can see if there's any active bubbles in there. If there's anything happening inside your jar, get rid of it. You know, you can tell, you can smell, you can see if something's wrong. So get rid of it. Now what I did add to my mixture also is I added a teaspoon of Lowry's garlic salt. I love Lowry's garlic salt. And then I also added a teaspoon of nature's seasonings. I love this stuff too. So those are like the 2 main ingredients that I use all the time. So in my video that got deleted, I pretty much told you that I was going to put the lid on and I was going to cook it for an hour. And that's what I did, and that's where I'm at. So I have my chicken pieces. You can leave them semi-whole if that's what you want to do, or if you want to break it up some, whatever your deal is. You can see here the different corns that I've got in here. Excellent. And then what I am going to do now, this has been sitting for an hour on a medium-low heat, is evaporated milk. Now I use evaporated milk all the time. I love this stuff. I use it in macaroni and cheese. It's a great way to turn your food products. Store your milks. You know, the only thing is if you store too much of it and you don't use it, evaporated milk will go bad quicker than other products. So that's what I'm doing. I'm adding this, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it sit there and cook probably another 15, maybe 20 minutes, and then when I'm ready to plate up, I will get back with you. Okay, so I'm done with my green chili chicken corn chowder, and I've got it plated up, and all we've got is some French bread that I've toasted with a little garlic salt on it and some Parmesan cheese. And then I also made a video today. If you look on doing my, I did a lava cake for Valentine's Day for my husband. So the only difference between what I showed you and what he's going to end up doing is he stopped by the store so he could put like 2 scoops of ice cream on the lava cake. So anyways, I hope you try this recipe. I hope you enjoy it. Use your food storage and rotate it. So you all have a blessed day.